Good morning, everybody. My name is Melanie Kroukamp, and I'm from Solidariteitsskole Ondersteuningssentrum. I was a teacher for 20 years, and then I landed my dream job. Okay, so today's lecture, it's not going to be long. It's just going to be a flash, a spark, and we're going to talk a bit about Tantrum Einstein. So that is what I call my AI, because he's brilliant. Oh, I just wanted to mention I did have a fancy tablet and then it didn't work out. So I also have my notes. So sorry for the flapping notes. So today is not about machines replacing teachers. It's about how we become smarter together. So, guys, AI is not magic. It is a tool. It's like a pen, but just much faster. It is part of the fifth industrial revolution. You are the one with judgment. You are the one with context. And you are still the one with human warmth. And that is so important to remember. AI does not have empathy. So I am a teacher, so I like to simplify things. Let me quickly show you what this show is all about today. First of all, we're going to talk about the foundations of AI to understand the basics. Then we're going to talk about the limits, the risks and boundaries. And as Professor Verhoef said, that is very important. The application, I'm sure that's why you guys are here, to see what is the newest. The problem with this is if you go to sleep, there's going to be new AI tools. So I know I'm an AI specialist, but actually I'm not. I'm a student. I don't think there will ever be a specialist. Okay, and then the safeguards, the ethical use and data protections, and then the human judgment, where you must always remember you stay in charge. So this is not a talk about AI. This is a talk about how teachers stay in charge of an AI world. So luckily, I'm just pretending that all of you guys are teachers because that is what my presentation is about, to help you guys. And we are using AI without even knowing it. The autocorrections on your phone is AI. Your smartwatch that connects with your car and then it is guessing you are driving is AI. Google Maps. Then you get your chatbots, you get your Netflix and your junk mail. Everything is AI related. Okay, so I'm asking you, what if your classroom had a turbo button and it can help you with your speed and efficiency, with your creative thinking, your well-being, your professional support, your balance, and your inspiration. Sometimes you get a project from your principal and you don't know where to start. And then just putting that problem into ChatGPT, it will give you ideas. To me, I'm using him the whole day. We've got back and forth the whole time. Sometimes I'm telling you, listen, don't be stupid now. This is not working with me. That is why the human is so important with this. Okay, so a bit of theory. You get three different, I know you get more, but for today, you get three different type of AIs. The first one is your sorting AI. That is where technology that recognizes data and organize it into different groups or categories. That is things like the ones that I'm a bit skeptical about is the X-ray ones that the doctors use. So yeah, they are using AI. And then we've talked about the junk mail, the facial recognition. And then something that I really like is the Google Lens. So how do I use Google Lens? Let's pretend I'm a scientist teacher, and now we are learning all about trees and flowers. Now I'm taking my class outside with my phone. I use Google Lens, I take a photo, it identifies it for me, and then I can ask a few questions about it for it. Yes, my English is delicious. Then you've got the predictive one. It looks ahead and makes informed guesses. That is things like Netflix. Guys, I promise you, it hears you. I've talked to my husband about, it was action movies or something. The next day, there were suggestions for action movies. And then we talked about the smartwatch, the Google Maps, and the autocorrections. And my favorite is the generative AI. That is where it creates something new from existing patterns. So I love ChatGPT. I've got the paid one, but I know the one that you don't pay for, it sometimes does not give you what you want. So before I started to work at SOS, I got ChatGPT, and then your limits, mostly tells you your limits is gone. So I had 7 email addresses at one stage because I was so busy with ChatGPT. What I really love is the Canva, the AI images, but I really struggle to talk to that. It doesn't understand me. So what I do is I go to ChatGPT and say I've got a lesson, for example. Then I will throw my whole lesson into ChatGPT, and then I will tell him, listen, give me a few ideas for images. You'll see all these images, it's all AI generated. And then he will give me a few ideas. Then I tell him, okay, I like this one, let's change it. Then I ask him, give me an English Canva prompt. And then he gives me that prompt, and then I go and paste it into the AI generator, and it gives me a few pictures. And sometimes I don't like it, then I tell him, okay, let's change this and that. And then you get Qwen as well. Qwen is a lot like ChatGPT, but with less limits. Okay, so something that's very important to remember is AI refuses to be wrong. So you guys, he's really like this little 5-year-old. You have to check on him the whole time because he sometimes just makes up stuff. So it's powerful, but it's not always accurate. You have to verify before you trust. AI has no moral compass. The educator remains the ethical anchor. And then avoid blind trust and unnecessary fear, lead with informed judgment. So there's really a lot of risks. I am not a specialist in the risk. I'm sure if we go to the NW, but there by Professor Verhoef, he will really help with that. But it's important for us as educators to look at a few things. I'm thinking of the bias factor. I was helping a teacher. Is that mine? I was helping a teacher. Guys, are you hearing that sound? Uh, so I was helping a teacher, and then we asked for a story about the family, and then he threw out a typical mom, dad, a boy, but a daughter, a son with a dog, all similar names. And then we realized, but that's not the typical family of today. So it's important to make sure you look at that. And if you take ChatGPT and Grok and you put Trump in, the one will like him and the other one will not. Then in accuracy, that is where you as a specialist must make sure. Sometimes it looks amazing, but it's not. And then with over-reliance, I don't mean if you use it the whole day, because I do use it the whole day and we do talk the whole day. What I mean here is you have to think. You cannot just take it as it is. The one time my husband told me, he was like busy. He was like just taking the and he forgot to do something. Now he's at the copy machine, and luckily before he copied, he saw I had to remove the stuff. So it's very important to check it, and data privacy as well. Make sure your learners' names is not on there. It's really with South Africa's POPI Act, we can get into big trouble. Okay, I'm almost at the tools. So there's a certain way to talk to AI. So I've used Shape, and in Afrikaans I used Recep. So the first thing you have to do when you prompt AI, you have to specify the role. For example, act as a grade 7 mathematics teacher. Then you must make sure you highlight the goal. I need a short assessment with a memo for the first term. Then you must add the steps or the format. First give questions, then answers, then mark allocation. And you have to provide parameters, use caps alignment, keep language simple, no learner names. Something that's important there, AI does have an idea of caps. So he's mostly right there. But when I'm developing my curriculum and doing my lessons, I take the caps document, I put it into AI, and then I say at document, make sure you use this document, then it will be more accurate as well. And evaluate and edit, check for bias, check accuracy, and adjust the tone. The whole time, guys, it's a forth and back. He gives you for something, you tell him, no, I don't like it, or change this or that. Okay, so what I've decided is to take one prompt and show you how we can use, how you can use it. So I see ChatGPT to help me think, to help me to give me ideas. Then we've got Notebook LM. I hope, who knows Notebook LM? Okay, there's a few that does not, but that's like my favorite AI, where that helps you build. And then you get Magic Schools that help you manage. I don't work with Magic School a lot, but the teachers, the reviews we get on Magic School is very good. He's not so good in Afrikaans yet. Okay. So now I'm going to start off. So what I've done, because we are limited in time, I know I'm running like a racehorse through this, is I've already set up my prompts. I've already done all the work for you guys because of the time. So now let's go to the ChatGPT. Okay, so I don't know the unpaid version, but the one thing that I love with ChatGPT is the projects. Wait, dis verloor. Oh, sorry. You know, when I was at school, then I'm busy teaching, and the same thing happens, and then the children don't tell me anything, and I'm teaching like mad, and there's no screen on there. I hope this doesn't count as my time, nee? Yes, ek het hard geoefen hoor. Okay, daar's 'n PC, dis hoekom my PC aan. So yes, daar wys ek jou na iets. So okay, good. So now I've opened ChatGPT. The one thing that the one thing that I really like is the project ones. I don't know if you guys know that this is just a quick one where if I'm busy with a curriculum, you'll see there I've got 6 bricks level 1 and 2, and while Professor Verhoef was talking, I quickly did a deep search on the policies as well, so I'm really going to do that. But let's quickly move to site. There you go. So there I've put in my prompt. Act as a grade 5 natural science teacher, create a 30-minute lesson on ecosystems, include an introduction, activity, and conclusion, keep it simple and caps aligned. And then it gave me the whole thing. I am not a science teacher, so I didn't verify the facts. I just decided I'm just going to go with it. Then what I do when I work with what I do when I talk to chat is I love to copy the prompts and then I save it as a Word document. So now I've got my idea from chat. Now I'm going to move you guys to Notebook LM and show you what it gives me from there. I also think you do get, if you are a school or a non-profit and you've got that Google Classroom or something, it gives you the pro version for Notebook LM and for Canva as well, guys. If you don't have the professional Canva, please do apply for that. It's really amazing. So this is what we've done here. Now you'll see Notebook LM. You'll see there's free blocks. You get your one with sources. So I've already downloaded the ATPs, and then I've also downloaded that prompt from ChatGPT, but I saved it as a PDF because at the stage it didn't want to take Word documents, but I think it changed. I did not even check it. I just do it automatically. So now I've got my content. The reason why I love Notebook LM is it works with your content. You can put all of your worksheets, all of your last year's thing, everything you can put in there and tell them, listen, I want a new one. You can also do a web search here. So I'm quickly going to do a little web search. So you'll see if you add sources, then you can say Ecosystems grade 5. I'm just quickly doing that. Now he's busy looking here for me. He's going to find a few sources for me. Then I can go and check, listen, I like this source, I like that source. So now he's given me a few sources. I'm not going to choose it now. You know, there's YouTube, everything. You know what will be relevant there. Then you'll see on your next box, there's a chat box. So this is where you talk to him like AI. But the first thing, as soon as you've downloaded your sources from that side box, it will give you a summary of what you've downloaded. So this provided document outlined the grade 5 natural science, going on. Now I'm moving to the magic part. You will see that's the studio part. So the ones that I'm going to focus on today and talk about is the slide deck and the infograph. But let me just quickly explain. You've got your audio review. So it makes a summary of whatever you've downloaded on that side, and then they talk to each other. And in English, it's amazing, guys. Now you've got a 30-minute podcast, and he's talking. Then there's something that you don't understand. Then you can interrupt them, you call them, and you talk to them, and then they will explain, it will explain whatever you are asking there. Then you get your slide decks. The slide decks is like the PowerPoint I'm going to show you guys. You get your video overviews, also not bad. Your mind maps, it's doing reports, flashcards. Flashcards is very nice for the children to study. I use it for my own kids. I took photocopies. I took photos of their textbooks of whatever they're supposed to learn, and then I'm putting it out there, and then they tell me, Mama, ek het klaar geleer, and say, okay, let's do the flashcards, and then they will see that they did not study yet. Okay, you get reports, quizzes, everything. So there on that one, you can only click on here. The reason why I'm not showing you practical, it takes about 10 minutes to generate, and I don't think we've got time for that. So there I only clicked on it. And it gave me a whole poster. So you can download that poster. Sometimes you don't, there's a few things that you don't agree with. You download it and then you put it into Canva and you use your Magic Studio. And I hope I'm not talking, I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. Then there's a new feature, Magic Layer. That is amazing because it will, for example, you will be able to move the trees, you will be able to do whatever you want to in there. Okay, so that's the one thing. Then on the other one, I started to prompt him as well. Now I'm asking him, summarize the lesson plan into a clear, friendly teacher overview. Include, I did not do that prompt, ChatGPT did it for me. And then it gave me some things that I can do. So there's the other one using chat box. So because I didn't like that one, and it gave me another infographic. I still didn't like this one. And then this one was the one that in my chat, I told him, listen, I wanted a more realistic. This is not nice. And I really loved this one. I mean, you can use this for your class, for posters and everything like that. Okay, so that's the infographic one. Then we've got the slide deck. So now you guys will see on this, I don't want anything confirmed. On this side, you'll see I've got my ATPs. That was first. And then I've got my ChatGPT, the one that I got from ChatGPT. So here I've only clicked on it. So what it's done then, it made a summary of the ATPs. So that was really not what I was looking for, although it looks like very great. Then I went to my chat box, and on my last prompt, I asked, I don't remember what I asked it. Yeah, can you make a slide deck by using realistic pictures to explain ecosystem? You're allowed to search the web. Because now I was thinking, okay, I don't have any images. And this, guys, I really want the drum roll for this one because this is just amazing. 10 minutes. And you download this as a PowerPoint and you can change it up. Okay. So now we talked a little about how to build with Notebook LM. Now I'm quickly going to move to Magic School. Okay, so I've just touched Magic School, and I only have the free one. So what I've done then is now I'm taking my lesson plan. I want a new lesson plan. So I want it for grade 5. Then I added my ChatGPT example there, and then you can give it additional criteria. However your school is set out, or whatever your plan is there, and you can align it with set to align it. Okay, this is what I've gotten. Let me quickly show you. And here it's given me a more detailed lesson that I could use. So then I copied as well. I like to copy my prompts, take it to Word, because at a stage you've got so many information that you don't know where it is, and then you lose all your nice ideas. So that's the one for the lesson plan. It can also make it can generate worksheets. Oh, that was also on the output. See, I don't work with this one a lot. So here it is given me multiple choice. So it starts with a passage that it created by itself. Then the children have to fill in the blanks. You've got some multiple questions, open-ended questions, and then it's giving me the answer key. And then something that's very cool, but you only get one a week, is the song one. Okay, wag, nou moet ek, jy het gesê unmute. Is the unmute? And okay. So it created this song with all the things that I've put in it. Listen to the words. It's so cool. Okay, guys, I know I'm a foundation teacher and everything, but imagine you give this to high school children as well. They're going to look at you very funny. But if you stand and dance in front of them, they will start doing it again. Something that's so important. Guys, we forget how important is play. And this is not even part of my speech. But anyway, that is so important. We have to bring the fun back to teaching. Okay, that was just quickly there. I think I'm almost done. Oh, wag, nou moet ek unmute. Is jy reg? Okay. Okay. So it's so important as teachers. We do not need AI to rescue education. We need educators brave enough to lead it wisely. Use AI as your flashlight, not as your replacement, but as your light. And then I'm not done. So we've got a little thing. I'm working for Volkschool as well. So Volkschool is the Afrikaans platform where you get a lot of videos and thingies. So we've given access to all your learners. If you want to, you are welcome to take a photo, and then you guys can give your learners access for a month. We actually do have it for teachers as well, but then you have to send me an email and I'll have to give you all the procedures and everything. So you guys are welcome to use that for your learners. And then I know this was so fast, guys. Usually my training take about 3 hours. And then I tell the teachers, okay, take your computers, let's do the prompts, because I know I ran now through this. So if you are interested, you're welcome to contact me. And that QR code is a little summary of what I've done there about the shape and the flash and everything. Okay, het ek die tyd gemaak. Dankie tog.
Thank you very much, Melanie. We really appreciate all the practical tools.